Right, so last time we left off having just lowered down the blue part. The seat in there. Okay, let's go check that out. And this book said something that I think means that because the red beam is hitting the cell wall, we can't leave the dorm. But once it's no longer hitting the dorm, we should be able to leave the dorm. So I guess we can explore outside the area. And the other note said the blue beam will disable the red beam. So, oh, didn't think about that. I think, did he say the beam was safe, but he wouldn't point it at his head? Okay, let's see if we can point it at our feet. I think my feet are still there. Well, I'm moving, so enter. Okay, I was thinking we'd have to push it. Oh no, push it out of this bit anyway, because there's a seat we noticed from above. Okay. You interact your WSD, so... Right, so you're the control of... We can turn 360 degrees. What are you? Okay, you turn that off. Oh, now we've got a W and an S. Okay, let's... Ah, so you turn the beam off to move the cart. And turn it on to stop and use the beam. Okay. Okay, so we're not close enough. Maybe if we get to there. Got to be a switch. So you can come out this way. And we should automatically go back that way because of that. There's a gap. I hope you don't have to get out every time to throw these switches, because that will become tiresome very quickly. Right, so because I noticed a few switches on the way here. So you turn the beam on. Okay, so we're above it. Okay, so that S takes it up. Wow. That definitely did something to the dome. Okay, where's So we disabled the... Okay, I'm trying to think. Where was it we... Down here or over there? think it was down here, wasn't it? We got to the edge of the dome. I want to test if we can walk outside now. Or if it's going to kill us. Or do something else. Throw us back to our start point. It wasn't in there. Hang on. No. Something just occurred to me. Photo. No, that's okay. I was thinking. So I guess that's maybe tunnels. Scrap. Sphere. Tower Folly. Something else. I was thinking maybe that was the vault. And the code for Farley's was that, but there's no vault marked on. So maybe it is. Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting. I was thinking we would bounce off the wall because it was solid. It wasn't. I walked into that wall. Not sure why I walked into that wall instead of walking into this wall. You can see through. Okay. We're above the... But you can also walk into the solid bit. Okay. You can't walk off the edge, so this would have to be closed before I could get over there. I was expecting to be able to go outside the dome. But I guess it transports you to another area of the dome? That's different. But I was thinking you could get outside the dome. You can't get out of the dome. It just puts you somewhere else in the dome. Okay, so let's go and speak to CW again, I guess. Or am I remembering right that Farley's house was a 4-digit number? And we need a 4-digit code. For that vault thing. Let's see what CW has to say. Because we disabled the dorm disabler. Okay. Okay, so we plugged in a cable up there next to the battery thing. Okay, so he wants us to go to the tree. I guess that's the big tree there. We were looking at the colour of it previously. Backgammon. So the trees. Okay. The tree.
This is the tree. It has been here in Hunrok for as long as anyone can remember. Its health is intimately tied to everything in our little greenhouse. Our cell we live in, our ecosystem. It has provided many surprises over the years, including some interesting seeds that you will learn more about. Many have postulated, yet we really know very little about its origins. But we do know it should be cherished and protected.
Okay. Okay, so they're that decorative or track. There's a cog down there. The handle on it. So maybe that would let us in, but we need to get down there. Where do we get down there from? Passageway that way. Wonder if there's a door there too. Doesn't look like there's a passageway that way. It looks like there's rocks. So, okay, we can't get in. Definitely an area back there. figure out how we open that door, I guess. That I'm not sure on. Don't have a clue. Loot of some kind. Oh yeah, the red rocks. We can disable those with the cart, but I want to check Farley's house number. Yeah, it's 4 digits. And it was reverse order. And the only place I know of 4 digits currently is round that way somewhere. Can't just walk off the edge. Halfway here. Not going to worry about where the mine carts go just at the moment. Oh, okay. Gravestones. Margaret Hartnell. Jackson. Somebody else Hartnell. Sarah Hartnell. Benjamin Sims. Henry Hartnell. It is a Hartnell mining course, so I guess maybe a lot of Hartnells. Okay, you're broken. That's a shame. Yep, definitely a lot of Hartnells. Yeah, so you come to one of these, so where do you take us? I was curious because we hadn't tried one of the walls at that side, so where are we here? Okay, so there's a track. Wonder if we can drive a cart through. That's... Well, we can't fall down, which is kind of good. Right. Okay, so we're on the other side of the river. Can't just fall down, so is there a path down? Guess we'll have a look in a minute. Let's have a look at this door first. Nope. 5-digit number. Nope. Just curious if there is a way down to the other side of that river. Because we saw an easel down there. There's some... Nope. And that's the steps we went down from the other side. I'm going to try going through this side. See where that takes us to. as far over as we can get. Okay, so you're just a dead end. You're a door. And you open. Okay. More red rocks. It looks like we've got lots of red rocks that we can blast. And there's the house. Okay, so we've got the code. Let's head back. That's the way we came in. More rocks down there. Lots of running around, which is fine because it's a beautiful place. Don't think the sun's moved since we got here. But I could be wrong. Up here and in here. So, photos. Here. 6341. Six, 3, 4, 1. It is a number. That surprised me. I was expecting it not to be, and that I was on a wild goose chase. So where are you? Where are we? Okay, we're in Farley's house. Back door to Farley's house. Okay. Welcome. That was glinting, so we can turn you. You're pointed at. Okay. There's the entry canyon, and that's the one we came through, and that one. Is that one? I think. On the plateau behind the river. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, small one. They're really close together. 1, 2, 3 really close together there. And that one is there. Would mean that one would be that one. Okay, so the exact opposites. I'm going to need a copy of that. I'm going to take a second one with it more centered. Okay, I saw that flash. So what are you? 15. Okay. How about... Okay. So it's... that circle is not quite at the tower? I'm gonna step to the side so my shadow isn't on the image. So we have a copy of that. I'm wondering if it's a case of the circle marks a spot instead of the X marks a spot. Well, that's a whole lot of dots. But we can turn this. Maybe... doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Hmm. And bottom of the 5. I'm just doing each of the combinations, so let's move you back. I've got pictures of them. Maybe it'll come in handy. Maybe not. It may just be junk that I need to get rid of. But no harm, no foul. Get you back to where you were. Come on. Is that right? No, it's not quite right, is it? It just needs to move a tiny bit. Get out of the light. I'm not sure if I took one of that or not, but I have done anyway. Let's turn you off. Okay, so we've got papers. Lots of papers. I shall document the curious events that have something inspired with myself and family, friends and co-workers. Hartnell was a peaceful mining town founded by my fathers and nestled within the red rock of the desert in the Arizona Territory. It's 163 inhabitants heard a mighty explosion on the night of June 27th, 1903. I sent several workers through the town to verify that the explosion had not caused any injuries or damage to mining equipment. They returned and something that must have been a loud clap of thunder caused by dry lightning, for they found no damage. It was not until the light of the next morning that we were amazed to realize something profound had indeed occurred. At some point during that night, our entire mining facility and a large circle of land around it seemed to have been scooped up and carried off to a completely different place, all without anyone knowing about it. Okay. How to read this? The entire landscape outside of our circle of desert could only be described as alien. Large floating rocks could be seen in the distance. No one had ever seen anything like it anywhere on Earth. We fully explored our new surroundings, hoping to find a way home. No way home was ever found. In fact, we soon discovered what we take for granted now. Not only could we not get back home, we also could not access the landscape outside the desert. Curiously, we discovered that a flow of water was provided from a high point of rock, and we discovered a small tree growing in the very center of the circle, our central tree that is so important to our lives here was just a mere sapling back then. Okay. Oh, okay. How long is this? Okay. This is very long. Morfang. Okay, so we should at least read the Morfang because they were the ones they were at war with. Through ambassador seeds, the Morfang were the first non-human species humans were introduced to. Anne Lang was the first to call the alien a Morfang. Impressed with their advanced abilities to imitate our sound, movements, and mannerism. Although they have a name for themselves, their language is mostly unpronounceable by humans. As a result, and because of their mimicry abilities, communication with the Morfang is primarily accomplished by their learning human language, just rather than humans learning to speak Morfang. They have been able to learn almost every human language represented in Hunrath, enough to provide functional if rudimentary communication. Morfang basic external morphology is remarkable. Humanoid bilateral symmetrical tetrapods, bipedal head with anterior facial features, mouth, eyes, nostrils. Other external features include minimal body hair and raised dorsal protrusions. Constitution is somewhat frail, due apparently to their thin and lightweight internal structure, but internal investigations has not been possible. They have ample cranial space to account for a substantial brain, and their intelligence is impressive, as evidenced by their advanced technology. Looks like the Grey Man. Ari. After a certain level of maturity and health, a passage opened at the base. This passage allowed contact with two additional species. The first contact was with the Ari. The first contact revealed the Ari to be large beetle-like insects. We were unable to communicate directly with them in any way, but they appear to have some rudimentary level of intelligence. It was Lorraine Toth who first made the journey through the heart to Capta and named both the New World and the inhabitants. The Ari have 3 distinct variants that have come to be referred to as barnacle, beetle, and polyarch. Although their morphology is dramatically different from human, their internal system, like all of our neighbours, are supported by similar atmosphere composition and base nutrients. Okay, so we all breathe and eat something similar, or are built to something similar. In their barnacle stage, the Ari are completely immobile. The Ari stay in this egg-like development state seemingly indefinitely. In order to hatch, they must be in proximity to a polyarch and fertilized by the beetles after a certain stage of maturity. The beetles are the eyes and ears, hands and feet. With only a minimal nervous system of their own, they are essentially the sensory extensions of immobile polyarchs. They are able to execute simple commands, but apparently have very little in the way of individual sentience. Okay. The Ari polyarchs are intelligent and consciousness of the species. Although it was obvious that there was intelligence behind the species, it wasn't until Caroline Farley began spending large amounts of time in close proximity that deeper communication began. With a room nearby, Farley was the first to communicate non-verbally and learn much about the species, including historical information. The Ari species survived in their world, while several other sentient species came and went. Among them, an ancient species who formed a deeper relationship with the Ari, carving temples and dwellings for them in the rocks, and later a more recent species that took over much of their homeworld. This latter species was especially adept at mechanical construction, using it mostly to capture and process large flying creatures, using the beetles as bait. That polyarch. Villain. The final species to be discovered were the Villain. The Villain had been communicating with the Ari for many years through ambassadorcies, but became part of the larger community very shortly after the Ari. With a large and imposing frame and a form of communication based on complex multi-voiced low-frequency rumble, the initial introductions were intimidating. After several attempts, Amélie Vidal was able to begin some rudimentary communications and began visiting the Villain in Marais, which she named, on a regular basis. She discovered a complex and animating society that was able to use their technology in unexpected ways. They had the ability to quickly transform their world using extruded structures based on some form of complex miniature substrate material. Unlike the other worlds, the Villain sphere is scooped out of a Villain resettlement group that was preparing to set off into space to find a new homeworld. This was their way of life, to put themselves into stasis and scatter themselves through the stars. As mentioned previously, their appearance is imposing, standing about 9 feet tall with a distinct reptilian resemblance. They have 6 limbs, 2 muscular legs and arms, and a smaller set of arms. They control every aspect of their technology with vocalization, but over the years they have created control panels based on their number system that allow other species to other species to easier access. Okay, other system that allow other species to easily access elements of their technology. I'm assuming it should have been easily. Okay, yep, that was kind of intimidating. Let's put you down. Okay, so you were red. Time are we on? You. Okay. I think we will continue reading this next time after exploring some more, because this is a whole lot of reading. There's another book over there and 2 more here. So it's going to take a little while to do that. So we'll do the next bits next time. Okay, I will see you all then. Take care and have fun. Bye now.